Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night. I hope you're all doing well this morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time it is where you are. I'm not feeling so great this morning, but I'm going to go for a stream anyway. Hopefully I will feel a little bit better midway through. Let me get rid of the... I think everything looks like it's set up. So I'm actually going to start a new area because I'm getting a little bit bored of the last area and I feel a bit uninspired, and that makes A, it makes bad streams, and B, it makes bad builds. So I'm not going to go with that area for now. Maybe I'll come back to it later. I know I also kind of skipped out on the mushroom area and didn't complete that, and I haven't completed this area either. So that's not setting a great precedent actually. Oh, I remember you. Hello, Leopard Girl. So, what I'm going to do here is, I think I'm going to go for a big... I want to go for a canyon, actually, in here. Cliffs, maybe some caves, some waterfalls could be cool. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go for here. So going to be a lot of world edit today. So I'm going to take a cylinder brush for a start. 4, 5. So like 5, 6 years ago. So we're going to go for about 15, 4 maybe. I think that's the right move. Whoops, not like that. All the way around, 415. Yes, okay. So, let's see here. Now, I want to have a ravine of quite large scale, really. In fact, I think a lot of these biomes are kind of small. So, how about we go the whole hog and we do it the full way along here? So, a giant ravine biome, like really long, and then we can just kind of, since it'll be so thin, it should be kind of easy to it'll be kind of easy to work through. It won't be quite such a sprawling mess. Good morning, Mr. EZ. Haven't seen you for a little while. I think I made you moderator, did I? Because we didn't have one over there and you seem like a nice enough guy, so I think I put you onto moderator. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of build this along here, and it's going to be huge. Yes, as I say, I think I made you into a moderator, because we don't have one. And I figure probably having a bad moderator, not that I'm saying you would be a bad moderator, but a moderator might be better than no moderator at this point. Hello, the art addict. How are you today, friend? Let's keep going here. So this is kind of going to be laying out. I'm noticing I'm getting a bit thinner, but that's fine, actually. I haven't really decided which way this kind of river is flowing, thinking about it. It's not very clear from what we've got so far. I mean, it looks like it's flowing... Oh wait, no, it is flowing down into there, actually. Okay. So this is going to be the high ground, so... So this is going to be... Yeah, I suppose it makes sense for it to be narrowing, although I'm rapidly losing all of the kind of volume, not volume, width. So if I want this to be very long, I'm going to be kind of stretched on space a little bit. But, as I say, I'm thinking some waterfalls in here could be cool, so maybe we can go with that. And you know what, I think I might leave it at that for now. And yes, we'll continue with this section maybe next time, but for now we're going to build upwards. So we have an area here to build up to, and I think I wanted this to be very sheer. So we're going to have some different variations in heights. what's the word? It's not going to be completely sheer, but it's going to be fairly sheer, I think, along here. So I'm going to just kind of, I'm going to make actually, we could do kind of a geologically sound kind of thing. We can do some kind of layers in here, could be nice. So, whoa, 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 something happening there with my controls. So yes, maybe some layering in here could be really nice actually. And we may have a go with the brush. I don't know what I'm going to do on this side yet, but let's build it up over here as well. And maybe it can be slightly lower on this side because this is kind of a mountain on the left here, so it would make sense for that side to be a little bit taller. Bring this in a little bit. Oh, we could have some rope bridge maybe. It could be kind of cool. Or suspension bridge at any rate. So, anyway, so there we go. Let's have a quick look from inside. It's going to be very basic at this point, but we have got plenty more tools to operate on this with. So, oh, that's kind of a cool site though, I think, for a basic shape. So let's bring up here one more layer. Bring that all the way along. My machine's nice and fast today. The world edit server is not being so slow. We'll do one more on this side as well. We'll kind of mirror it for now. We can always kind of rectify that later if we so choose. And we'll start to open it up a little bit at the top here, so it's maybe a little bit less vertical. And there's that. Oh, this is kind of cool actually, this kind of precipitous walkway on the edge here. Quite like that. So I'm going to go up one more layer, I think. Maybe about here. Yeah, probably okay. We can blend it in. That might be the next step actually. We should get the basics shape down before we do anything more fancy. Let's leave this side for now, because we don't really know where we want to go with that. So I'm going to take some cylinder brushes now to fill in. I know this was a cylinder brush, but we're going to take some smaller cylinder brushes to do this kind of rocky effect. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's take here, brush, cylinder, stone, 3, 4, and we'll do brush, cylinder, stone, or actually we'll do andesite, 3, 3, and on the gold one we'll do brush, cylinder, diorite, 3, 3. That'll probably work, and then we'll just switch between these three. And I'm a little bit concerned about that actually. Let's get rid of that. In fact, I'm going to put another stone brush on here. We'll go for stone 3, 3, and then we can just switch between these brushes, and in this way we can kind of build up the landscape here with some kind of interesting shapes instead of it just being kind of a straight up. Whoops. I need to actually, let's move this one down just so I can get a little bit better build on there. Build. Control, I suppose. Thank you, Godzilla. Still a lot of kind of work in progress at the moment. Hopefully I'll be able to finish some sections. But I was working over the other side and it was getting a little bit boring, so I wanted to change it up a bit. And we're going, as I say, for Big Canyon now, which I'm excited about actually. It's looking good. Not that we've been going for very long, but it's a promising shape anyway. So let's have a quick look what we've done there. It's a little bit organized, but that's fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I should probably do with some variation in the height of the blocks, so let me just do that actually. In that stone one, let's make this stone one a bit bigger. We'll do a 4, 4, so it's just a bit bigger block. It should introduce a bit of variety to the height, maybe. Well, actually, the other stone block was the same size. Ah well, it's fine. We're getting there anyway. So we've nearly filled in this whole little region here, which is good. Because then we can move on to some world edit tool, some voxel sniping tools probably on here. I suppose I do want to complete this whole section actually first. So that's what I'm going to do, and this is nice and easy. Got a nice, clearly defined area to fill out, which is a lot nicer than trying to fill out whole sections using this technique. Although I do enjoy this technique, it's kind of fun and easy, and it produces pretty nice results, I think. And yeah, oh, missed a little spot there. Bish bash bosh, come on. There we go. So the kind of, I suppose the kind of environment that will create this is kind of an alpine, mountainous one, whereby erosion isn't really happening too much, where the rocks still maintain their kind of rocky boulder shape, where coincidentally all boulders in this environment are cylindrical. I could try Fortnite or something, but I mean, I don't know. I have a following for Minecraft, so it's kind of what I do. Maybe one day we'll try Fortnite or something. I haven't played Fortnite before, so it's probably just going to be me getting pwned by 11-year-olds for an hour. So probably not too exciting, to be honest. Nearly making it now. I'm gonna get this whole section just kind of done and dusted so we can do it all at once, because once you use a certain technique, it's kind of hard to remember. Say once I use a certain technique, it's kind of hard for me to remember exactly how I did it before, and of course there'll be differences if I try to recreate that technique. So we're just gonna keep spamming this out. There's not a particular theme. I think it's just supposed to be kind of fantasy, I suppose. This is what I built first, and I've just been kind of building out from there. So no particular theme really. I guess it is not science fiction. Certainly, it's definitely a fantasy world, and there is a couple fantasy sections so far. Whether or not this will ever become like an adventure map or something is another question. I mean, it could potentially be such a thing, either an adventure map or I was imagining actually. I don't know if there's any market for survival maps, i.e., you could transplant basically transplant this into an existing Minecraft world, and then players could play survival on it, which would be pretty cool. I suppose maybe that's out of the question with some of the blocks, but I mean, I guess purple terracotta, not that useful really, it's just they're all aesthetic blocks. But yeah, I kind of wish you could generate terrain like this in Minecraft, so it'd just be a bit more interesting. I mean, the Minecraft terrain generation is great, but it has its limitations. Okay, looks like we made it. So there we go. Got the basic shape down. Now it's time to make a mess of it. I got some more stuff in this map, which, I mean, I could have a fly around. If you are super inclined, it will take me a minute just to get over there. Do that. Let's see if I can get that down there. Oops. No. Come on. Oops. Okay, not like that. Alright. So let's take now. We'll start with this section. We'll just quickly naturalize this section. So I'm going to use a B E. That's brush erode. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm going to use a brush splatter ball SB. And then, oh, I should undo that. I should use the stone voxel. Okay. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to just basically cover the whole area here. And what it's going to do is create all these floaters, but some of the floaters are touching the surface. And so then when I take a smooth brush, all the floaters will die, will be removed, and all of the ones that are kind of touching the surface will be less likely to be removed. And so essentially what I'll do is slightly naturalize this and make it look a bit less like it's just built of lots of little cylinders. It's the same technique that I've used for the area you can see on the right there, the grassy area. Seems to have worked before, so it's got a pretty good chance, I think, of working to the intended effect, I suppose. And we just take this all the way around. And through here. Nice, nice, nice. And now I'm going to take a erode brush. So now I'm going to do the erode brush. It's a smooth brush, and I'm going to set it, so I don't know what size it was before, but I'm going to set it to a slightly larger size, just so we can do this, kind of grab everything at once, and we'll see. Now the danger with this smooth brush is it does create sharp edges, but I think those are better than the obviously cylinders that we were getting, and we can kind of have a quick run over there. Hello, Texas Aidan. Oh, Texas Aiden. I thought it was some kind of Japanese assassin name or something. Aidan. No. I shouldn't say not all Japanese people are assassins. I understand that. So yes, going to just keep culling the floaters using this smooth brush, and it's essentially is like putting glue on the page and then covering it with glitter or something, or sand, and then letting the excess kind of drip off. Mostly just playing the building. I've done a little bit of PvP stuff, but I'm not very good at it, so kind of sucks. Oh, thank you. Welcome, Texas and Crazy Bio. So there we go. That's a little bit smoother now, and I'm just gonna have, this is gonna be a quick just breakup of the diagonals here, because they're very obvious. You know, if we look from a high angle here, we can see these diagonals very clearly. So I'm just going to basically punch at random just to break them up a little bit. And then we're going to move on to kind of naturalizing the canyon real quick. So we'll get onto that in just a moment. No, sorry, Aiden, it's a private server, so no viewers allowed. So then, oops, that's a little bit better. We'll just get rid of that one. Oops. Okay. I'm just going to kill all the remaining floaters. The danger with using the smooth brush too much is that it creates this kind of melted wax look, which isn't really what I want. So just try to hit each area with it once, and so some spots get missed, and I need to kind of work them by hand. So I'm going to do that. Get rid of all of these floaters. Nobody likes floaters on their maps. There we go. Couple of little stray floating boys around. Just use a smooth on there. And get rid of that. A few floaters up here too, actually. And these guys can go. Maybe, actually. Sand might work, to be fair. It certainly won't work on the side. I haven't actually tried it with sand. The danger with sand, I think, is, or the difficulty perhaps with sand, is you have to get an update. No, this is the PC. I'm using it, yeah, it's a PC version of Minecraft, Java Minecraft, I suppose. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a little bit of erosion to try and make these shape more round. I want to use some sphere-based erosion, which is a technique I've used quite a lot. So what I'm going to do here is sponge. I'm going to take a sponge brush here, 0, let's say 30. Boom, there we go. Yeah, no, I don't actually have. I don't have the Xbox. Sorry. And just gonna keep coming through here, and this is kind of marking the middle point. And the reason I'm doing this is that I can then take a. I can then use this as a target for my other brushes. So I don't have to hit the wall directly. So if I want to hit kind of with the edge of a sphere, for example, I don't want to be shooting the wall directly because I'll be taking out sphere-shaped chunks. So this probably works a little bit better. Yes. So I'm going to take a sphere brush now. Brush, sphere, air. Ooh, let's see, start with size 10 and see what happens. So in size 10, okay, not like that. Mask, stone. There we go. So what this is going to do is just kind of erode a little bit from the edges and create a little bit kind of a spherical, kind of a rounder shape in here. So now we're getting kind of close to the edge. So I'm going to just lower the size a little. Just put it down to 9 now. We'll get that in there. And we'll go down to 8 now because we're getting real close. And yeah, 8 should be good for the next one, I think. And yep, and we'll go down one more, 7. That's cool. Redstone is fun if you can kind of get stuff working. Sometimes you can't, and then it's frustrating. So this is obviously not the completed shape, but we can see we've created these kind of round kind of erosions to the shape now, which is quite nice. So we're going to do the same thing on this level if we can. Maybe we can't actually. We can do it certainly down here, I think. So let's do it here. Need a slightly bigger brush again. Let's go for a size 9. And we're just going to take this along here and again just kind of erode a little just to create a more interesting shape. We're going to need to go down a little size. And go down a size again. 6 maybe. And through here. It doesn't have a name at the moment. I'm creating a canyon. Some kind of a canyon. But there's no specific name for this. It's as part of this build over here. Just kind of extending in this direction now. So, what I'm going to take now... not much downloadable. There's one downloadable, I think, on Reddit. I posted one, but this will go up eventually when it's kind of finished, but that could be a while yet before this can be downloaded. So yes, oh, here we go. Erode brush, that's what I'm looking for. Brush, erode, lift. So now this brush is one of my favourite brushes. There's two main erode brushes, really. This one, I've done this small section that I'm working on here. I just started today, so maybe 20 minutes, was it? Yeah. My Reddit name is just the same, Ymgarl. I think there's one on the Fire Orb. But this whole build here it's taken a couple of months so far. I've pretty much just, well, it's all been on the stream. So let me see here. Yes, too big a brush. So we're going to want a smaller brush because we don't want to lift the entire wall. We want to kind of create interesting shapes. Whoops. Not interesting sponge shapes, though. So I'm basically going to use this brush, and this brush can pull in any direction. So if I want to do this, it will pull it down, which is really cool. So I'm just going to kind of pull out a little bit along here. Whoops. Maybe I should get rid of these sponge pillars, actually. I probably don't need them anymore. These sponge bobs. Little spongy bobs. I made some of the sphere map downloadable. You can get the fire orb at least. I think there might be some of the other orbs might be on that map as well. You can find me on Reddit with the same username. It's YMGARL, and if you check the fire orb post, I think I made a link there. I might put some more up as well. There is demand. Hello, by the way, Jerome. Good to see you again. So at the moment we're not creating the final structure here, of course. This is just kind of preliminary work. I'm definitely going to run over it again with I'm going to use the same technique as I've used up there. No Discord, sorry. What is Discord kind of for, actually? I don't even really know. I know you can use it like kind of like TeamSpeak, but does it do anything else? So, making some good progress here now. So using this with the powder brush causes it to push, which is super useful. And it actually forms a double function here. Not only does it do a push or a pull, this brush, but it also introduces, it does so in kind of a noisy, not perfect fashion. And so we actually, no, well, screw it, I don't want that anyway. Yeah, so this is looking pretty cool. I mean, I need to obviously work that through so it doesn't look quite so rigid. So now what I want to do is, I guess we'll push back here now, actually. So pushing back along here, just to increase the size of this ridge here. This little kind of shelf. And I wanted to start to maybe break up these lines so they're not quite so straight anymore. Because, you know, in nature, you do get kind of lines and striations and things, but not in this kind of level, i.e. they're not completely flat. So I want to kind of break that up a little bit and make these kind of a little bit more interesting. We're going to go the same on this side. Okay, this one's going to need quite a bit of work, I think, because it didn't get hit with the sphere brush at all. So, in fact, what we can do here, we can slope this backwards, I think. Okay, Jerome, I will, yeah, I'm not sure actually if I want to release it quite yet, but, I mean, it will come out eventually, it will be released eventually, the spheres. Definitely you can get one or two of them. I'm just, I don't want to kind of release something that's not quite finished. Then again, I'm not doing a whole lot of work on it, so maybe I shouldn't hold on to it. I don't know. Oh, I'm bringing this part out apparently. I'm using Slobs, Streamlabs OBS. So it's like OBS. I don't know if you know anything about streaming. Yeah, it's just like OBS, but with a couple extra features. Yeah, Streamlabs OBS. That's the actual software I'm using to transmit the stream. I don't know if that's what you wanted to know. So now I'm actually gonna really kind of erode away at the top here. Wow, it's so much faster now. Now that I don't know what I've done, but it really takes effect a lot faster than it was doing. So yeah, I'm really just going to kind of erode away at the top here and try and create a kind of a rounded top of this area. And I think I want to introduce a waterfall from somewhere. Now, we don't have any water sources up here, so it would be insensible for it to come from this direction. So let's have a waterfall coming in here, I think. So where can we fit it? Where makes sense? How about? Oh, we want it to be visible. So we need to always consider the main angle for our build, which is going to be kind of from here. So we want it to be visible from the main angle. So maybe we should put it kind of in here, so we can see it nice and clearly. So what I'm going to do is just push back through here. Now we can have kind of a pool here, and we'll push back a little more, and it'll come down here, and we'll push back a little more here. There we go. So we're obviously going to have to work through that a little bit more. That's not ready, but it's kind of working in that basic shape. Okay, so last thing is this side, and then we can go for a more surface level on it. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to pull this forward. I don't want this to have another ledge in the same way. So let's pull forward at the bottom here. Just to try and make it more of an overhang than a ledge. Ah, no worries. You know, it keeps keeps me chatting about stuff. Part of streaming, isn't it? Gonna bring all the way around. And just bulk out a little more. Bring it up a little more and bulk out up here. Through here. And now we are getting there to the stage where we can start to put some more surface level detailing on. So first off, I'm going to get rid of this sponge because there's no use of it. Yeah, I was thinking about that. This could make quite a nice adventure map, couldn't it? So I'm going to use just a big, let's just use a sphere brush because it's fun. Let's use 40. Okay, 30 is the maximum size. Mask sponge. And we can just boom, 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 boom. Kill these SpongeBobs. SpongeBob's all dead. Okay. So next step then. I'm going to take a blob brush now. Actually, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take a smooth brush. So I know a smooth brush is extremely destructive, as I've told you, but I do want to run through it. So I'm just going to take a real big one. How big? 10 probably. So I'm just going to use this just to smooth it off a little bit, because we're going to go over this with some more brushes anyway. So I just want to make sure that it's kind of reasonably flat-ish. And through here. I mean, I could subscribe. I'm not gonna hold up the stream to do it at the moment though, sorry. And let's see here, take some more off here. Through here. And this is, yeah, really just gonna kind of hide some of the weirder effects from that brushes that I just used. So this the mods that you're seeing here are World Edit and Voxel Sniper. Now World Edit is the more basic one, and Voxel Sniper is the one that I'm using with these two. Gunpowder and Arrow is Voxel Sniper, and these guys are World Edit. So World Edit is kind of a more basic commands, and Voxel Sniper has more specialist stuff, I suppose. So we're already getting like really quite a cool look here. Like, this is cool. But it's not done yet, so we're going to take a new brush. We're going to do a new brush entirely. It's a blob brush. Oh no, that's a ball brush. Blob. Now this brush is very slow going, but I think it's the right time to use it. So what's this going to do? How big is it? So what I can do with this brush is essentially make slightly random adjustments. So this is going to introduce kind of a random element, and I'm going to kind of use it to target anywhere that is looking particularly regular. So I mean, this may look, it's practically like I'm just reintroducing the noise that I just did actually, isn't it? The noise that I just removed. Oh well. So I'm going to try and basically use this to target any areas that are looking just a bit regular or boring or wrong for any reason, and then maybe I'll take some kind of a brush over it. I'm not really sure what kind of brush I should use. Maybe I'll have to work through by hand after this. And that looks okay. That's a bit boring. Well, you know, I'm here every day. If you wanna go play Minecraft, I'm still here tomorrow. No, you know, I'm not. It's not like. Oh, I just noticed I haven't done anything up here. I should probably do that, shouldn't I? Let's do that now, actually. So use a lift brush here. Gotta make it smaller. 5 maybe. And I'm just gonna push off the edge here, just to round that a little bit. You can really kind of see the shape of the brush there now, actually. Very clearly see that it's actually a round brush. And just like this, very quickly. Boom. That was real easy. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have to go over this with another smooth brush, but I'll use a much smaller smooth brush maybe. Let's go for my blob brush again. And I think I want to change the blob brush actually, so I can change the growth percentage, which increases the number of blocks that happen. So if I do, I think it's G2000, there we go. So now G2000 is 20% growth, which I don't exactly know what that means mathematically. I don't know the exact science behind this, but it just means more blocks, basically. More blocks will appear in the build when I use this brush. Uh-oh. Whoop whoop! It's the sound of the police. Well, I mean, Minecraft, arguably, the target demographic is kids, but I mean, it's very playable as not a kid. I mean, when it first started, it wasn't really for kids. I mean, I really enjoy it. It's a creative tool more than the game for me, though. So I don't really play it so much as a game. But I would say, yeah, I mean, that's difficult to deal with. I mean, I'm not sure how you can kind of convince the kids that Minecraft is not for 5-year-olds, because they're probably just not going to listen to what you say. So I haven't really got too much advice about how to deal with that. Maybe just don't mention it. I mean, I was playing. I played Minecraft when I was still at college, so that's like high school. I was playing Minecraft with my friends then, and you know, I was 17, 18-year-old. But then again, I wouldn't go around and tell all the tough kids, "Oh, I'm going to go home and play with my Minecraft." But yeah, I mean, that seems like a pretty reasonable thing to say. It's a creative tool as well as a game. I mean, maybe yeah, I would say it's probably unfair to say that it is for small kids. I mean, it has elements that are there for the small kids, but it also has elements that are there for the big kids. I mean, no one can say that redstone mechanics are for 5-year-olds. Like, it's just not true. 5-year-olds don't understand logic gates and such. It's just it's just untrue, really. Yeah, it's not single player, but it's a private server. It's just me and my time-lapse camera. So no, I'm sorry, you can't join. Okay, so now I'm gonna have a go with a smooth brush again, but a much smaller smooth brush. So let's use just a little one. And I'm gonna try and just undo any like weird stuff that I did, but not try to maintain some of the effects. Yeah, I think this kind of works actually. Just a little delicate, tiny brushes, like an archaeologist uncovering the awesome build underneath. So you got this corner here, actually needs some work on it too. Maybe we can deal with that later. Just gonna kind of finish running over here with... Got to do a little bit of work up here as well actually. This could probably do with a full smooth over there actually. So let's just do that real quick. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I haven't got any tea today. It's disappointing, isn't it? The time-lapse cam. So, this camera is using... here she is. It's using a mod called... what is it called? Can't remember the name of it. It's Command Cam. CMD Cam it's called. And it's kind of... It's bad mod, to be honest. It's been badly made. I don't know who made it, but it's not very good. But there aren't really very many options in that space at the moment. I used to really like... what was it called? There was another mod called something camera mod that kind of was discontinued. And now all we have is Command Cam, which is not very good. But yes, Command Cam has a function to follow, to aim at another player. And so that's what I've got it doing. Basically, it's just stationary and aiming at my character. There we go. Actually, we're getting quite a nice shape there. Now we're going to still have to do a lot more kind of fine handwork on here, but this is pretty nice at the moment, I think. Yeah, I think it's good actually. So what I'm going to do now, actually, is I'm going to transform some elements to make it look a little bit different. Well, I mean, it's up to you what you do with your time. They can't, you know, I don't know what I don't know what kids these days are doing with their phones, but Minecraft seems like a good use of time. And at the end of the day, you know, what the other kids say isn't like the be all and end all of life. I used to get, I mean, I used to get a bit bullied when I was a kid, but you know, when you get older, you're like, wow, it didn't really matter at all. But I guess it's difficult to see that when you're a kid, when you're young, I should say. I don't want to dismiss your troubles. I don't actually remember Mineplex. I don't think I ever played on Mineplex. So yes, I'm looking for a brush here, and I can't remember which one I'm looking for. I just got distracted. Oh yes, that was it. So I'm going to be transforming the colour here. So we're going to take a brush. It's a sphere brush. Its type is, I say, diorite, maybe? And we'll go for 3. And then we'll do a mask stone. And what this should do... There we go. So what this is going to allow us to do is just to kind of pick out a feature. And what I'm going to pick out here is this ledge. All the way along. And this is going to hopefully look highly natural by the time it's finished. And the idea here being, of course, to create, well, yeah, natural kind of looking shapes. And this is going quite far back into the rock as well, so if I were to start uncovering the stone there, it will probably still appear as diorite. So there we go, we get that kind of reaching off. Yeah, that looks nice. Do I want to do the same on the other side? I probably should. It's kind of unreasonable to not have the same on both sides, so far as this particular technique is going. Yeah, Hypixel seems to be doing well, but Hypixel is very much about the mini-games, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the mini-games are cool, an amazing demonstration of what Minecraft can do, but I think as games, they're not that great, actually. Like, I mean, shoot me, but, you know, there are better ways to play a lot of those games out there than through the medium of Minecraft. I mean, it's amazing that Minecraft can do it, but it doesn't do it as well as a purpose-built game can do it. Which is my main problem with Hypixel, really. I mean, I think Build Battle's pretty cool. That's pretty unique. There's not really anywhere else that does that, but that's the only creative mode on Hypixel, and I feel like that's kind of an area that is a little bit overlooked. Well, I mean, it's not going to help Enderboss to say this to them because they're not going to listen, but I mean, Fortnite is for kids. Have you seen what it looks like? Whispers. Yeah, Fortnite is... my experience with Hypixel. Hypixel's... it's like a 6 out of 10, maybe. Like, I mean, it's great. It's a great server, but the problem is it's trying to do something that Minecraft is just trying to turn Minecraft into something that it's not, which is kind of difficult to do. So there we go. We got this layering of diorite in there now, which really, you know, lifts the whole build up. So what we're going to go for now is the same technique, and we're going to use andesite. We're going to do it. Let's do it a little bit smaller. And let's go... where are we going to put this one? Let's do it on the overhang here, so just kind of like... whatever this diorite-looking rock is kind of soft and falls away, perhaps. Oh, in Minecraft generally? Minecraft is great. I'm not sure it fits into a typical rating system. I mean, I give it maybe like a 7, and I say that... with love. I mean, I really like Minecraft, but it has so many problems with it. It's badly made in so many ways, but it's also the only real option in this area. There isn't really many other kind of as a creative tool. Like, it's super cool, it's super fun and easy, which I think is super valuable, but it's also really badly made. Like, it doesn't have, you know, things like the world edit commands, for example. All that has to be done in third party, and this is I'm running this on an Alienware laptop, so like a super high power gaming machine, and it can barely handle it. And it's, you know, this is a 5-year-old game, so longer than that, 8-year-old game programmed in Java. You know, running in Java. It shouldn't be a big deal. It should be like a Flash game, basically. Badly programmed, definitely, but I mean, it doesn't really have any competitors, so rating it doesn't really mean much. Yeah, well, I mean, find someone who wants to talk about Minecraft with you, and if you can't, then, I mean, you can't make people talk about stuff that they don't care about. That's kind of the real kind of crux of the problem there. If the other kids don't care about Minecraft, you can't really talk about them. You can't really talk about Minecraft to somebody who doesn't care about Minecraft. I learned this as a kid. I would blab on about whatever video game I was playing, and no one gave a damn. Like, I don't care what video game you play. Like, why do I care about that? You just gotta, yeah, kind of just accept that some people don't care about what you're doing. I haven't actually seen 1.13 at all. I've heard a little bit about it, so we're getting It's kind of sea-based, isn't it? There's quite a lot of interesting features. Hello! Kalimere! Stavros. So I'm just kind of moving around here. I haven't played Roblox, but I mean Roblox seems even more than Minecraft is extremely focused on kind of the child side of it. So that's kind of put me off a little bit. Because you know I'm a 25-year-old man. I probably can't play. I probably shouldn't be playing games that are aimed at kind of the younger crowd. And I mean, Minecraft is an interesting loophole in that I've been playing it for a while, since I was maybe eligible to be able to play it. It would be weird, I think, if I picked up Roblox at age 25. Alright, bye-bye. Anywho, I'm just working by hand at the moment because I'm being distracted. I'm wondering if there's anything else I need to do. I mean, I guess working through by hand actually is probably a good idea at this point, so I'm just going to do that just to make sure that we've got kind of the logical, reasonable shapes in here for the stones. So like here, it doesn't make sense for there to be stone there. Yes, I'm just going to do that then. Excuse me. Here, take that out. Go, go, go. For kids that are younger than that, it doesn't matter what people think about you. Are you talking to me there? With regard to Roblox? It's just, I mean, it doesn't seem like my kind of game is mostly what it is. No, it's not that I don't want to, it's not that I'm afraid of playing it for being judged, it's just, yeah, I mean, it's probably not really my kind of game, I think. I'd say it is a little bit kiddie. Not to offend anybody, but I'm, yeah, no, as I say, I'm a 25-year-old guy. It'd be kind of weird for me to enjoy, you know, games that do have target audiences, generally speaking. But as I say, I wouldn't judge anybody for it. I mean, anybody can do whatever they like. Just, I don't think it's for me, really. Yes, okay. So actually, I think I want to put a layer of something on top of here because I don't like quite how white it's looking. Cool. I don't really know much about Roblox, to be honest. I know almost nothing. So then. Just gonna get a couple more fill-ins. Seeing a couple of little holes that look ugly. So I'm gonna put some water. I'm gonna flood the water at the bottom now. So actually, let's do the base first. So how should we do that? Maybe we should just go for a cylinder brush, I suppose, of stone. 15, 1. So base of stone for now, and then maybe we can erode down in the middle. It kind of makes sense to have non-flat base. Yeah, it's an awkward time for a lot of people, actually. It's way early in the morning for Europeans, and it's way late in the night for Americans, which is I guess why sometimes the stream has such fluctuations. People just falling asleep and going to work and stuff. It's not really an ideal time, but it's the time I have, so got to work with it. So I'm going to go for an air cylinder now. Cylinder of air. Whoops. Air 3. There we go. And using this, I can just kind of erode in the middle a little bit, and I'm going to do that so that we end up with a little bit more of a kind of a sloped bottom. Well, I have to go to work real soon, unfortunately. This is my morning routine. You're in the perfect time zone, I guess, Jerome. Godzilla, hello. Oh, Marvel Heroes, sorry, hello. I thought Godzilla was already here. It's so it's 9, almost 9 o'clock here, so 8:50 in the UK. I'm just going to take this all the way through, and I think what I'm going to do then is maybe some stone, perhaps. Not today, I think. Some days I do, but some days I don't. I'm not feeling too hot today, although actually this stream has made me feel a little bit better, which is nice. But I'm not feeling too great today, so I might take it easy this evening. But some days I will, some days I won't. So we're going to go again for the same stone cylinder, and we'll just fill out the base with stone. And I'm thinking actually to go with a little bit of gravel. I think that's quite a nice look. So let's do a little gravel brush. So brush cylinder. Gravel, let's go with just a little gravel brush. And I'm just basically going to kind of place it in a few little places. Like I don't have to be too careful with this because it's going to be at the bottom of the water, so it's not really going to be very visible. So I'm not too concerned about it. And maybe a little bit in there. Maybe a little there. Cool, cool, cool. That's nice. And I'm actually going to go for a little dirt too. I'm just going to do masked stone here, make sure I don't hit the wrong targets. And maybe a little in here. Now I know there's something happening back here. Don't know what it is, but it's the bottom of the water. Who cares? No one will know. No one will see that the bottom of the water has a discontinuity in it, hopefully. That's good. We can fill that with water later. So in fact, actually, since this is probably going to be the first thing to be covered up, whoops, I'll do that. I think I'm going to go through and give this one a little kind of layer of handwork, which is going to take a little time, but it shouldn't be too bad. And yes, in here. Here and here. So I'm just trying to smooth out just a little bit. I don't want it to be quite so sheer. Obviously I also want to get rid of those extra little blocks there that shouldn't be here of grass. And here. Yes, yes. This section needs a little bit of building up, I think. So I try to go over all of my builds by hand at some point, the entire area, because you when you get up close, you spot things that just you don't even necessarily notice from the long distance, but they really make the kind of the difference to the quality of the end build. Well, I'm here. I'm going to be here on the stream. You can talk to me anytime that I'm here. Not today at the moment, Lex. Maybe in the future players can come in and observe, but at the moment, no, I'm afraid. It's just a kind of a private server at the moment. Here. Yes, in like this, and we get a little in there. And this is looking a little bit rough, so I'm just going to try and fix that a little bit. Get into the kind of block placing trance a little bit sometimes. It's kind of funny actually, that from, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's just kind of a state of mind I've developed from all those time lapses those years ago, just placing thousands and thousands of blocks. Sometimes just kind of zone out, just like block, 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 block. Just pumping out the blocks. There we go. Yeah, this is looking a lot better at the bottom now. Still maybe not quite ready for flooding it, because once I flood it, it will be very difficult to do any work on it. I mean, I can always take the water back out, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. Oh, did I work through by hand this section? I'm not sure I did. Oh well, doesn't matter, I'll do that next, I suppose. On my way up. So let's just kind of get rid of some of these stray blocks a little bit. Yeah, I think a bridge would be really cool. Not sure whether I want to have a natural bridge or a man-made bridge. I think maybe a man-made bridge could be nice, because I am planning. So let me just give you a quick show around, because I haven't actually done that so far. So this is the area that's directly adjacent. This is Peaceful Valley. So maybe we could have a lookout kind of here that is visible. Well, I'm here, and there's not very many viewers, so I'm very welcome to kind of chit chat with you guys. So yeah, fire away. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we could have a bridge. So I want this to be kind of quite unpopulated, this section, but I'm thinking over here perhaps we can have more kind of populated section. I mean, I have this, which was just built kind of idly. I was just kind of messing about when I built this, so maybe we could actually work that in perhaps. So yeah, maybe a bridge across here, and then some kind of way up, and then this could be kind of the edge of the populated area, and we could just have this kind of lookout here. It could be super cool. Anyway, let's get back to it. Got to keep punching them blocks. Yeah. Sometimes life's just a bit tricky, but yeah, you just got to kind of soldier on, I guess. Honestly, when you leave school, everything that seems like a big deal, I know this is easy for me to say because I've done it, and it's difficult, maybe not very easy to see, but once you get out of school, honestly, things that seem like a big deal, it turns out it's not a big deal. Like, I don't really know any of my school friends very much anymore. So it does, you know, things that seemed like such a big deal when I was in the school was just turned out to be just didn't even matter. So I think I'm going to flood it with some water, this same height, I guess. So I'm going to go with lapis blocks for water for now, and then we can transform it later. So just going to do one last check, make sure it looks all good down here before I put it under the lapis where I can't see anything. So that's what I will do. Yeah, okay. So we're going to take a large brush here, brush sphere. No, not sphere, it's a cylinder. Lapis lazuli block. Oh, it's called 22, isn't it? Brush, cylinder, 22. 15, what's that? 6, I think? Oh! Cool, but not what I had in mind. Mask there. There we go. And so we can just flood this whole area. And then later we can replace that. Pardon me, excuse me. Gas. That's funny. Oh, I guess this was hit by the road brushes, perhaps. I should probably pay a little bit of attention to this adjoining section, shouldn't I? There's a little bit of a hole there. Let's fill that out too. Okay, what time is it? So it's 9 o'clock. I'm just going to go and take a real quick break. You guys can have a quick think about what you want to see next. I'm just going to go to the toilet and grab some more water. So I'll be right back in just 1 minute. Hello everybody. I know you can't see my face. I'm going to be right back. Hello. Oh. Oh yeah, no, that's where I get my water from, you know? It's the same kind of... Nah. Water recycling. Don't worry about it. So then, since we've made such good progress with this, I'm really eager to kind of push on. Maybe we can... Let's get the... So the next big kind of feature here is this waterfall that I wanted to add. So... I guess we could get the big brushes out again, so we can kind of flesh out where this waterfall's going to go a little bit better first. So let's do that. I think we still have some of the brushes, actually. Okay, that was not the brush that I thought it was. Do we have one on this? That's still a brush. I think that one's still one, and that's still one, is it? No, it's not. So let me just, real quick, brush cylinder stone. 3, 3. And over here, and through here, and through here. Bring this through, and we get a little bit, just flesh it out just a little bit so we have an idea where the water's going to come from. Actually, that's really not very much, is it? So let's just bulk it up just a little bit more. We've got a little bit more idea what's going on. Maybe... so I think I do want to maybe get started on some buildings at some point, but for now, yeah, I think I'm going to finish this ravine, so I think the next section I'll do will be the ravine over this way, because I think we can get an even more interesting kind of twisting canyon type thing here, which could be nice. It's old habits die hard, you know? So I'm just gonna... I just noticed there's some holes in this, so I'll just fill those up real quick. And then I'm gonna, as I say, go for... let's do a little bit of... Whoa, what was that? Undo that. We're just gonna go for a little bit of... just gonna bulk this up a little, so that we get more of a clean, kind of waterfall thing going on. That should fall down here, where I don't want it to hit the cliff edge, so let's just make sure it doesn't. I think it will it? Yeah, it will. So let's just clear that out, so we can have space there for it to come down, and it will just go down straight into the water there. Yes, I think that works. Yeah, there's a story behind that. In the UK, and I guess maybe elsewhere, we have when you're a student. Oh, this is naughty. We're gonna get PG rated now. When you're a student, we have frequently you play a drinking game, and one of the kind of the main rules, drinking game rules that applies to all games is they're called international drinking rules. And if you don't do them, then you have to drink. And so one of the rules is you must hold your you must respect the Queen by holding your pinky out, and if you don't do that, you will be you'll have to drink. And so I've just kind of have that so ingrained that I still do it to this day. In fact, if you go back on some of the old time lapses, you can actually see me doing it there as well, which is funny. I do it without even thinking about it, to be honest. See, so I want to get rid of that one to make this a bit of a cleaner fall, and then let's have a go with some water and see what it looks like. I'm going to take the water away again, but we're just going to have a quick look and see what we made. And it's extremely flat, so that's not quite right, but let's have a quick look at what it looks like. It looks pretty good, actually. But I don't like just the fact that it's just here it's 4 and it's 4 all the way down, so that's kind of dumb. Let's see what this does to it. That's a little bit more interesting, at least. Yeah, I think that makes it just a little bit more interesting. Maybe we can shape it up if we put kind of a rock in here. Well, let's get rid of the water for now anyway. Yeah, I mean, that's normal. That's how we would drink normally in this country too. As I say, it's the international drinking rules. So like this is the normal way. Anyway, so that looks cool, I think. And I think, yes, we can do that. I think this will just work just fine to have it like this, and it's nice and visible from the way in. So that, I think, is good, to be honest. I don't think it needs any more work. I think it should just be fine. What I am going to do, however, is do some more handwork over... So I haven't done anything... Oh, I did this side, I didn't do this side. So let's do this side by hand. So just kind of run through here and grab anywhere that is looking a little bit sad. And just kind of fix him up a little bit. So like that, for example, shouldn't be there. These guys should probably be white. Can go. That should probably be white. The hole there, so let's fill that in. Oh, in fact, we've got a full-on hole there. Let's just bulk that up a little bit. Make an interesting shape, because you can. Well, there's a few of them. Oh, I just realised this is the waterfall, isn't it? You know, someone's got to be him. Yeah, we have an interesting bunch, interesting mixed bunch actually on this stream. Jerome is from Reunion Island, which is I'm right in saying that, right? It was you, Jerome. I'm pretty sure it was Jerome from Reunion, which is like, I forgot already where it was. Is it South Pacific Reunion? You have to tell us, I guess. Us Anglophones don't know where our French lands are. But Gex, who's on here all the time, he's Danish. The main, probably the #1 viewer, Yuri, is Russian. We get quite a few Russians on here, on and off, but I guess it's pretty bad timing for them, generally speaking, because it is in the middle of the day when everyone's at school or work. South Indian Ocean. I remember that now. So actually not that many Americans on the stream, generally speaking. Some, but not as many as you might expect. But then again, it is 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning there, so... That's kind of what you might expect, I suppose. I have the sneaking suspicion that if I was streaming at a more optimum time, I would have a great deal more viewers, but there we go. This is the time that I'm streaming, so I'm just gonna have a go here at just kind of removing. These look very blocky. It looks almost like I built this with spheres, even though I didn't. So I'm just gonna take this over here. Get it nice and smooth. Well, not smooth, but just a bit less bulky. A little bit less chunk. In fact, what I'm going to do here, let's take out a little bit here to allow a bigger area behind the waterfall. Now, there are not many waterfalls in the world that fall like this. In fact, I think there's only about... There might only be maybe like a dozen waterfalls in the world that you can walk behind. But one of them is now in this build, so there you go. Someone fact check me on that. How many waterfalls can you walk behind? Door. No, I'm just I'm reading the chat, and it's nice to read the chat, but you know it also distracts me. I'm here to build mostly. Can you see me? Oh no! Oh, thank you for following. Welcome. So a little bit more down here. And we'll take some through here. Oh, welcome, looky. So I quite like this shape here. You know, this kind of shift in the height. And in fact, I think I'm actually gonna shift the shape to go with it, so that we aren't just kind of ending up with a fatter band of the diorite here. Or is it andesite? Diorite? No worries. Hello, Regal Archer, 3674. Welcome to this creative Minecraft building stream, I suppose. The Rembird. I don't know what that is. Oh, the temperature. It's not super hot today. I think it's about 20 degrees. Maybe it's expected to get up to today. I think it's not very hot right now. Thanks for the invite, Regal, but I'm mostly doing creative, so not right now, thanks. Huh? What water? I can't hear water. It might be that you're hearing some other various noises. There's a lot of noises in my flat. I live next to a road and such. No, it's not offensive. No worries, mate. No, I'm not Australian. I live in London. But it can be a little tricky for some people to tell the difference. I don't know about. No worries. I think that's a British thing too. I know Americans sometimes don't have a great understanding of. That's offensive, probably. Don't have a great understanding of some of the other countries, English-speaking ones particularly. I've been asked if I was Scottish before, which is not offensive, but I might have taken offence. Okay. So just punching by hand at the moment, to be honest. Overall, trying to kind of make this a little bit more reasonable. Gosh, itchy nose. Entering winter. Gosh. You could move away. Move to a place where it's cooler. I don't think I could stand that. I mean, I know we Brits love to talk trash about how about how we would love some warm weather for once, but I mean, I couldn't stand that. No way. Go ahead, hit me. So that looks pretty nice. It's actually looking a bit too smooth now, isn't it? So maybe we can... Let's try and just roughen it up a little bit, because it's a bit too smooth now. I've done too good a job of smoothing it. So, yeah, just gonna try and roughen a little bit. So I think maybe something like this can help to roughen it up a bit. Oh, Sonic Panda, welcome. Oh, thank you, Sonic Panda. Oh, which camp do you count yourself in then, Mr. Enderboss? That's the real question. There's also a similar words to a similar effect. The more you know, the more you know, the less you. The more you know, the more you know you don't know. Some words to that effect, anyway. Sorry, not at the moment, Sonic. It's not open for viewers, the server. Maybe in the future I'm going to open it perhaps to spectators, but at this point no is the answer, I'm afraid. So actually I'm noticing here we've got some very square sections, so I'm just going to try and work through that now. I'll work through this whole band, in fact. So I want to try and create it maybe to be since this is supposed to be a particularly soft material in this particular build, maybe what we can do is try to create these kind of arching shapes, which is indicative of kind of how to describe this. I'm not sure that there's an easy way to describe this, but for this to be a softer material, we would expect more of the blocks to be eroded, and so these kind of arching shapes makes more sense than a straight shape. A straight shape would mean that it was kind of the same hardness, I suppose, as the other material, the other rock. So I'm not digging it back because it's not that soft, but I'm just kind of I don't know the wording. I can't explain using words how that works. Oh, that's a shame. Well, you know, there's plenty of servers around for Minecraft. In fact, aren't they doing Minecraft Bedrock edition at some point. That should be, I think that's supposed to allow all viewers, all users from different types to play together, I think. So Pocket Edition can play with Xbox, can play with Windows, for example, I think. I don't know when that's... I think that has already arrived, but I heard it's quite buggy at the moment. And I have actually booted it up by accident once when I wanted to start the Java edition. But maybe one day we'll all be playing on that instead of these various different versions, which could be cool. Although I'd be concerned that maybe because Minecraft Java edition does a lot of cool kind of high processing power stuff that you can't really do with a mobile phone. It's called Minecraft Bedrock, yeah. Are you enthusiastically exclaiming how much you love diorite there, Godzilla? Oh, welcome, Chipster. Getting a lot of love from Mixer today. It's nice to see. Big thanks to Mr. Easy for kind of... I think you were the first viewer in here, actually, Mr. Easy, and I'm sure the way Mixer's algorithms work probably mean that you were probably the most important viewer as well, because I guess if there's no viewers, probably no one sees the stream. So you can pat yourself on the back. Oh, Gex. Yeah. Well, I can show you what I've built, just in time for me to be about to be logging off, unfortunately, for you. So just gonna try and make this a little bit more interesting shape real quick. And I think that's that band done as well. Oh, I've made it into an ugly shape, haven't I? Let me just try and make that a little bit more exciting, because I've really messed it up, actually. Sometimes when building along like this, you can very easily end up with these... that's okay, I think, actually. Okay, so this is what I built today. I'll show you where it is, actually. In fact, let's go for a full-on fly around. I'll show you guys everything, because I know there's quite a few new viewers on here. But let me just show you around from the beginning. This is where I started out, and it's not going to load. There we go. So this is where I started out. In fact, I started with this section here way back, it's probably 2 months ago now. I started building this tree, the first big tree that I've ever built. Not great, but it came out okay, I guess. And then with the kind of surrounding environment, it looks really nice. It's called Peaceful Valley. Really nice, peaceful. Looks pretty good, I think. I didn't capture it in time-lapse, unfortunately, because this would have been a great time-lapse. But yeah, that was pretty good. And then we come through here. And we have... welcome, Brookie Jones, 007. This is kind of the high fantasy forest. To be honest, I intended this to be a lot larger, but I got bored with building the trees. It takes so long. Oh gosh, it takes a very long time to build these trees. One stream, these were one stream each, I think, so a little bit dull. I might maybe finish it later. I keep saying I'll finish it later, but I haven't done it yet. This area is unfinished. I guess I'll finish that as part of this next build. In here we have this kind of moorland area. So we've got a big dead tree and some little... They're supposed to be heather bushes, but they don't really look too much like it. Heather. Over here we have a little kind of mountain biome. Still quite small. Definitely not... I mean, it stands kind of by itself, surrounded by unfinished stuff. So I got so much stuff just to kind of finish off. Through here is Mushroom Land, which took the longest so far. Each kind of section here took ages. Really proud of this one. Yeah, I love that section here with all this kind of spores coming out. Here's what I was doing last few streams, but I got kind of frustrated with it. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it, and it was starting to just kind of drag. So I just came over the other side for a bit of a break. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to this anytime soon. I probably will. So this is kind of acid lake, necromancy stuff. I don't know exactly. Big menacing skull. Oh, this is cool. It's unfortunate you can't really see it. Big kind of skull, skeleton hand holding the whole build up. Yeah, it's a pretty cool build, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'll continue with that. I will continue with that later, I guess. Anyway, so this is mushroom area. This kind of canyon here that's running around isn't really completed either. And there we go. This is what I've built today. Everything from this lapis onwards was built today, so real good progress today. This whole kind of ravine. Still got a lot of work to do on it. I will put the water in again, just so we can have a see what that's going to look like with the water in place. Hello, slime. And yeah, there we go. So that's what we've got so far. And I'm gonna head off, I'm afraid. So thank you, Enderboss. I think probably the reason that I've got quite so many hits is maybe just the regularity. I stream every day at this time. No, I'm afraid I don't have Discord. And thanks everybody for watching, and I hope to see you next time when I will be continuing with this. This corner here will probably receive some attention then, and I will build probably more on the back here so that it's not just kind of floating in this way. But yeah, thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. How to turn this thing off. Have a nice day.